Guys, it is 69 degrees. That's freaking boost weather. So we're here at Knoxville Dragway, and we're gonna have to do a little tuning on this thing, guys. So if you didn't see the last video where I took Brad for a ride, our boost control's all over the place again. I actually found what I think was some boost leaks. We had a lot of couplers that were loose. So while Brad was welding in the subframe connectors, I found all those loose couplers and tightened it up. Also, with the new transmission, it's loading it different just because it's not slipping all over the place. So I think those two things together have pretty much made all my previous boost settings irrelevant. The settings that used to make 18 pounds of boost are now spiking to like 26 plus. So that's kind of what we're here to do tonight, is try to figure out the new boost settings, try to get it dialed back in, and you know, maybe possibly run a 5. Also, Tracy is not with me tonight. She had to go to a football game for our daughter. So Uncle Ray, Uncle Mike, and some of Ray's friends are here to help, and I think Brad's gonna be here later. Hey, Ray. You about ready to back this thing off the trailer?
Oh, I'm gonna back it out?
Yeah, you got a Dukes of Hazzard that shit, man. You gotta just hop in the window, do like a Frogger hop, something like that. I'm gonna get it on camera too. I'm gonna get it, Ray. Get it. All right, guys, so what we're gonna do, we've never used this trans brake before, so we're just gonna make the first pass on gate pressure, which is only about 3 pounds, and that's gonna let me test the trans brake, kind of warm everything up, and then on the second pass we'll start playing with the boost control. Couple things. Number one, this is gonna be the first trans brake launch in this car, so we're testing that. But also, Dave, our trans builder, has told us not to do our burnout in first gear. He does not want me to do a 1-2 shift during the burnout. So that means we're gonna have to try to start our burnout in second. I don't know if this guy's got the balls to do it, especially since, like, if we had a line lock, it wouldn't be a problem. But the problem is we've got 4-wheel disc now, no line lock, and the back brakes are, to be honest, they feel stronger than the front brakes. So luckily, this trans brake will do second gear leave too. So what we might have to do, I'm gonna try to do a burnout starting second, and if it won't turn the tires over, you know, just doing a punch burnout, then I may have to get on the trans brake in second, and then let it go just to do my burnout. But we'll just see what happens. Trans brake works. Yeah, that was some nice solid shifting. Let's see, that was our 3 PSI run. Let's see what it ran. We just went a 7.3 on only 3 pounds of boost. On gate pressure, 3 pounds of boost, we went a 7.3. So 60 foot was not good though. 1.68 60 foot, which is horrible. But our reaction time was a 009.009. I'll take that. I'll take that all day. We are going up for our second pass. I wasn't too happy with the 60 foot on that first one. I don't know if it spun at all or what happened, but that was a horrible 60 foot, especially to be leaving off a trans brake. It was like a 1.689 60 foot. That's really bad. Really bad. So I don't know what's going on, but it's time to start playing with the duty cycle settings on the boost control and figure out what's going to give us what. So that's what we're doing up here. We're going to turn the boost control on and kind of see what happens. We blew the tires off that time. Yeah, I'll tell you what, guys, a little prep would be awesome. Even blowing the tires off and kicking sideways. I think we run like a 7.1. Let me get my phone out. We run a 7.14 at 109 miles an hour almost. Wow. Yeah, that was pretty horrible. But yeah, I mean, we blew the tires off all the way through first gear, so what do you want from me? Let's check the data log, and I think we're going to lower the pressure in the tires a couple pounds and go up there again. But basically there's no prep up there, guys. It's worn out. I think they've been running the gassers all day, and there's just no prep left up there. Find a couple things here. I don't know if the prep's just not there or what. I'm really not leaving that damn hard, but I've dropped the air pressure down 2 pounds to 16 pounds in these Mickey Thompson Pro brackets, which is usually what I run them at, but somebody the other day told me to try to run them at 18, so that's what I had in them. Of course, after my burnout, they went up to 19, so that's what I was running, was 19. We're down to 16 pounds now. I'm gonna try to get a little bit better burnout, and what I've done is I've put more boost in it, but I've ramped it in really super slow. So I don't know how much boost it's gonna make, but it's gonna take it almost 2 full seconds before it reaches max boost. And I did have it where it was trying to hit max boost in like a second. So I don't know, hopefully it'll leave this time, and we'll just see what happens. That's what we're here for, though, is to test it and figure it out. I just really wish the track was a little stickier, a little more sticky tonight. Hadn't been in this lane yet tonight. I think it spun just a little, guys, just a little. I heard some gurt, but for the most part, she just took off. Have no idea how much boost it made, but she was chugging. Chugging pretty decent.
When did that setup gun rolling?
Did I?
Yeah.
What did it do? I was in the right lane. I can't read it.
6-1 at 117.
6-1. Oh, I barely missed it. Damn it, man. I was almost there. New personal best, guys. New personal best. 6-1 at 117. She was rolling out. We're gonna have to check the data log, see what kind of boost it was making, and make some adjustments. They didn't say anything to me about safety equipment or anything. So I'm gonna see what kind of adjustments I can make, and I think I'm gonna let it bring in the boost the same way it did on that pass, but see if maybe we can put a little more boost in up top. Wow, yeah, new personal best. New PB, guys, new PB. Hell yes. I did my burnout off the trans brake too that time in second gear. I don't know if y'all caught that. Yeah, pretty happy with that. I wonder what my 60 foot was that time. It felt like it left pretty dang good. 60 foot was a 1.51. So not bad. We both red lighted. She red lighted before I did though. It was a chick in that car next to me, guys. That Audi. I think it might be her and her husband or boyfriend or something. They've got like twin Audis, and those things are usually running in the 6s. Oh yeah, let's see what she ran. She ran she just ran a 817 that time. That's not even close to normal for that car. I've seen it up here before, and it usually hauls ass. So yeah, pretty happy, guys. So 1.51 60 foot, which if we could ramp the boost in a little faster, that would improve. 4.07 to the 330, and 6.17 at 117.8. So we'll call that 118 miles per hour. Yep, like I said, new personal best, ET and mile per hour. I had like a slow boost ramp in. It was like a 1.75 boost ramp, which means I didn't even hit max. But I don't even know how much boost I hit yet. I got to pull the data log still. But it didn't even hit max boost till almost 2 seconds into the run. But I'll tell you, man, like it chirped the tires a couple times. I felt it go, and then it just stuck. And I mean, I was stuck back in the seat. I mean, she was rolling. We might just get that 5-second pass. We just ran our personal best, and that was only 16 pounds of boost, and it didn't even hit 16 pounds till I was in 3rd gear. So what I did is I just added a half of we went from 20 pounds to 20% duty cycle to 21% duty cycle, and it gave us 6 more pounds of boost. So what I did this time is I just raised it 0.5% of duty cycle, and I'm hoping that lands us right around 18 or 19 pounds of boost. And I ramped it in a 1/4 of a second faster. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't know if they prepped since the last pass, or if that right lane was just stickier. But I'm going to hit that right lane again. It kind of sucks because you can't get as good a footage, but you know, if that's a sticky lane, that's the lane we need to be in if we're trying to run a number. So here we go, guys. This is hopefully this gives us 18 pounds of boost, and hopefully
we're getting the 5.
Yeah, hopefully we get in the 5s. And I mean, we've got the mile an hour for it, 118 mile an hour. It's just the 60 foot sucks. We're still, you know, we're still in the 1.5 60 foots. So if we get that 60 foot down, we wouldn't have any problem. We'd already be in the 5s. If I could have got this thing to stick and you know, pull a 1.4 60 foot, that probably would have been a damn 580 or 590. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let's do this shit. 118 mile an hour. That's, I don't know. Some of you guys can tell me, but I mean, that ought to be good for deep into the fives, like 580 or something. If, you know, if we had a better 60 foot, it ought to be better for even better, or, you know, it ought to be good for even better than that. But I don't know, guys. Like, I think, you know, we're just running a 2610.5, or I mean a 2610 Mickey Thompson Pro Bracket radial. Once we step up to a 2810.5, that's, you know, that's going to give us some more grip at that point. But Ray and I were talking off camera a minute ago, and I'm thinking about buying a whole nother set of wheels and maybe getting some 2810.5 slicks too, so I can have both. But of course, you know, that's money. Anyway, we're just sitting here in the staging lanes. They're running bikes right now, so I just figured I'd talk to the camera a little bit, because this is probably going to be a fairly short video. That's what's going on. I'm stoked, guys. That last run, I'm stoked after that. I mean, I didn't hit fives, but even if I don't hit fives on this last pass, if this is my last pass, even if I don't hit fives, I'm still going to be really happy with that last run, because you know, with the amount of grip I'm not getting, I can't be mad. I ain't mad at all. All right, let's try this again, but without the oops. Front end come up, but I do not think we went a 5, because it come up and then when it sat down it spun. I'm pretty sure I let off the gas for a second too. I fucked that run all up, but that's okay. CC did what she was supposed to do. I just didn't do what I was supposed to do. But those wheels were in the fucking air for sure. I felt the steering wheel go light. Right lane. 615. 615, yeah. I think I went wheels up that time a little bit. Too much power from the beginning. I let out of it. Damn it. Yeah, I fucked that run up. Oh well. How much later are they open? Like, is there time for another pass, or? No? That's it, ain't it? Okay. Alright, well, that's still my best pass. That's fine, man.
Yeah, there's only like 10 minutes.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, sir. You too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the wheels were in the air for a second there, and I freaked out and let out of the throttle, and it was just enough to fuck me out of my 5, because we actually ran a faster time, but at a little less mile an hour that time. We run a 615, but only at 117 miles an hour, I think. I'll have to look again, but I'll probably go over all this. We'll do a little recap when I get home. We're gonna load this guy on the trailer right now, guys. gotta backload it. My truck can't handle the weight on the ton. Yeah, put it in park and shut it off. What do you think about that wheelie?
Scared the shit out of him. He's skates too.
Yeah, I shit myself. I done shit myself.
Anything I can do.
All right, guys, it's the next day. I have a color guard competition to go to for my youngest daughter, so I'm going to try to keep this outro short. I just wanted to explain just a couple things in case you didn't pick up on it in the rest of the video. So first off, the second to last pass, when I said I'll explain this later, what happened was when I first decided to add buttons to the steering wheel for my trans brake and my bump, I use these cheap buttons here, and these guys, I've got a bunch of them. I actually order them in bulk off eBay, and generally I don't use them for anything important. I'll use them for, like, you know, nitrous purge or line lock or stuff like that, stuff that's not like really vital. And the reason I don't like to use them for really important stuff is because they have a really short throw and limited contact. Like, that's all the throw, but it's not actually activating the button till you get to right there. So you have to hold this button down really freaking hard for it to do anything. So what happened on that second to last pass is, as I was bumping, the second bump was so violent that my thumb just released just enough off the trans brake button and the car jumped out. So that's what happened. Now, I already knew this was going to be a problem, and so I had actually ordered these a while back. These are the really good buttons that everybody uses. You can get them from TCI, a couple others make them. But these have a long throw. They're a heavy duty button, and they have like a really positive, you hear that? It's like a really positive click, and they make contact halfway in. So these are a lot better buttons. These are what I recommend using for stuff like that. If you remember, I actually had one of these a while back before we had the trans brake, and I was just using it for the two-step, and I had it mounted on a cord. But when I went to, you know, switch over and get rid of, you know, the foam cord on the steering wheel, I used those cheap buttons while I was waiting on these to get here. These are about $40 a piece, $35, $40 a piece. They're not cheap, but I got two of them. Only issue I have with this is you can only get them in red from TCI. I really would like to have had like one red, one green, but whatever. Anyway, so I'll get those wired up before the next time we go to the track. Matter of fact, I'll probably do that tomorrow, and that should make sure that, you know, that little issue never happens again. Now, on that last pass, what happened was, number one, the car left on more boost than I wanted it to. I was only wanting it to leave on 3 pounds, and that's all I've ever been able to get it to leave on. But I've been having a lot of trouble with the boost control, and somehow it managed to build like 6 pounds of boost. And that's actually when I let off, because what happened was, the reason I sat there so long is it was building boost, and I was about to let go of the button. Then I noticed it hit 4 pounds. Then it hit 5, and I'm like, I'm gonna sit here a little longer and see what happens. And it hit 6, and then I was like, okay, that's too much. And I let go, and immediately, you can see in the video, the car like chirps the tires a little, then it grabs, does a little wheelie, then when it comes down, it came down way too fast, so it unloaded the rear end and it spun the tires a little more. Guys, that should have been my 5-second pass. But in addition to all that happening, I kind of freaked out when the front end went up. So I didn't get on the shifter. I had both hands on the wheel. So by the time I got my right hand down to the shifter, I was already bouncing the limiter. I hit that. Second gear, initially I thought I had short shifted it, but it turns out I shifted it right on at 6,800, which is, where I want it to shift. Now, some of you guys are telling me I need to wind this engine a little higher. So that might be something I look at, like maybe moving the rev limiter from 72 to 7,500 and shifting at like 71 or 72 instead of 68, where I've been targeting my shift. That would give me a little more time to gather myself for the 1-2 shift too. So definitely going to look at that. But the biggest issue I've got right now is getting a hold of the boost control. I told you guys from day one, I eventually wanted to get the closed loop boost control working on this Holly, And I don't know, guys. There is a lot of trial and error to the closed loop. You have to get a lot of stuff set right. Duty cycle, you have to get all your PID perimeters set right for it to work. And I was actually just watching a video from Hunter Tune the other day where he was going through all that on a car he was tuning, and I was like, yeah, that's why I'm not doing it yet. But I think that's what I'm going to have to do, because the situation I'm in now is everything affects my boost control. Changing temperature, changes in the weather, changes in elevation. I mean, day to day, what gives me 8 pounds one day, if it drops 20 degrees outside, that setting all of a sudden, it gives me a whole different amount of boost. So the only way that I can compensate for that is to just try to figure out this closed loop. And I think that's what we're going to focus on now. I really wanted to hit that 5 and then go back and start playing with the closed loop. That didn't happen, but I'm not disappointed, guys, because the freaking thing did 118 in the 8th on only 16.5 pounds of boost. We know it's got way more in it than that. So I'm pretty happy with that number. Wish I could have went a 5, but now I need to kind of step back and focus on getting things dialed in. We also need to start looking at some adjustable shocks. I'm sure you guys can see the front end's coming up way too fast and coming down way too fast. And honestly, that's because we're on a set of, 110,000 mile busted ass factory original struts. They got nothing left in them, guys. It's basically like it's just on the springs. So that's something else I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to look at maybe doing a set of fully adjustable coilovers up front, Vikings most likely, and maybe the same for the back. Swap it over to coilovers in the back. So that's all I got right now, guys. I just wanted to kind of throw this in here and kind of explain a couple things that happened in the video for those of you who, might not have picked up on it. But for now, I've got to get to my daughter's competition. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching it. Now get out in the garage, get something done, and I'll see you next time here on Bad Luck Garage.